Okay, we're ready now. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, and welcome to this third Energy Summit by the British Pranic Healing Council. I'm Dr. Gauri Subramanian, the Managing Director here at the British Pranic Healing Council.
Gauri, I'm sorry, I'm not in the interpreter's room.
Okay, hold on.
Interpretariato.
I think it's a different email address, Cristobal. Hold on, let's try it this way. See if
I got enough.
Sorry. Does that work now? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay. Technical problems always. So, well, one of the best ways is to ask for help. So we're going to introduce our speakers as they come along. We've got 4 of them. I'll tell you the agenda shortly. And we have our keynote speaker, Master Marilag. Thank you for all your patience. So yes, today is the third Energy Summit in line with the Valentine's Day, which is happening tomorrow in most parts of the world, 14th of February. So our topic is on relationships. And the first Energy Summit was on how Arhatic Yoga helped in the many different professions that we have and how it's very practical and applicable. And the second Energy Summit, it was how Arhatic Yoga helped all these individuals in senior positions in many different professions that they do, and also how they spread the work in many different parts of the world and also balance this in the other parts of their life, including family life, what their message was and how they overcame challenges in 2025 and their message for 2026. So here we are today with the relationship topic. We have our keynote speaker, Master Marilag. She is a world-renowned motivational speaker. She stands for many things, including women empowerment, beauty, coaching, prosperity, parenting, spiritual parenting. She's also a mathematician. She was in the real estate industry. She's a musician, so she's very, very talented. She's a mother to 3 beautiful boys and many grandchildren in different parts of the world. She is one of 8 master pranic healers, and there's only 8 in the world, and there are very, very experienced and highly evolved souls called Arhats who then go around teaching the founder's work. The founder is Master Chokrok Sui, who founded the school, which has 2 arms, pranic healing and Arhatic Yoga. So Master Marilag is joining us from New Jersey today. Welcome, Master Marilag.
Namaste, everyone. Thank you, Gary, for that laborious introduction. I already forgot who I was when you said this is. Oh my gosh, yeah, I forgot I was that. That's those for all those things, mathematician, musician, all of this. I consider that as past life already. I forgot about that part of me. But thank you for reminding me all these things that I've done. Even the real estate already my past life. I'm now at present purely a pranic healer, and Arhatic Yoga practitioner, and a motivational speaker, I would say. Okay. So thank you for all those description about me. And I may say I have 3 wonderful boys. They're now men. They're men. And I would say, the only eight masters, whatever you said about that, now we're all aging. All the 8 masters are all aging. Okay. So we're now there in that tier of aging. Okay. But anyway, maybe aging comes wisdom. So I hope I can share some of my wisdom, right? So are we allowing questions here? Or no? Or I can just talk and then, okay. Anyway, the topic is how Arhatic can be applied to love or relationships, right? So I want to talk about love, right? Yes. Okay. And then we go to the different aspects of relationships, maybe. Okay.
Yeah. Master, would you like me to? Oh, well, please, can we invite you to open with an invocation for us, for the general public?
Oh, I
That's-
see. Okay, okay. Okay. There are people coming in and I'm admitting them. Is that okay?
Yes, of course, Master, but you're so kind.
Okay. I know, I don't know. I don't want to take somebody else's job. I just see it and I have the automatic response to click
Thank you,
it.
thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay, so let's all close our eyes. And I want you to be aware of your heart, the center of love. Okay. Follow your breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale all the loving energy that you can master in your heart. Love is everywhere. Love is in the whole universe. We are a being of love. So play that role as a being, somebody who has love already inherent in you. Feel that love in your heart. Feel that love in your whole being, in your soul. Whatever love means to you, feel it. Love for your spouse, love for your children, love for your co-workers, love for God, love for the teacher, for your pets, whatever kind of love, I want you to feel that love. Imagine or feel when you're so in love with your partner, when you're so in love with your children, when you're so in love with the teachings of Master Chogyam Sui, when you're so in love with the teacher himself, or when you feel the love, so much love for God, feel all those feelings, whatever kind of love you have, but feel it in your heart. From your heart, it will spread to the whole being. Okay, put some of your love, of that love, inhale loving energy into your heart, and I want you to bring it up to your crown, the top of your head. Spread it up to the center, to your whole brain, and to your crown. Feel the love from your heart all the way to your crown. And I want you to extend that love into our teacher, Master Chogyam Sui. Okay, bring that loving energy all the way up to the healing angels, healing ministers, and all the great ones. Bring up that love. And now bring it even higher, all the way up to the divine God, supreme God, only one God. Feel the love for God, for the Creator. And now we shall invoke to the divine supreme being, divine supreme God, to my teacher, Master Chogyam Sui, and to all the great teachers of all time, to all the spiritual helpers, to all the angelic beings, to my spirit guide, and all the invisible helpers. We humbly invoke your divine presence in this energy summit. Also invoke for your blessings, for your guidance, for your protection, for divine light, divine love, divine healing, and divine protection. We thank you for your great, great presence in our life and in this presentation, in this summit, energy summit. Feel in your heart, receive all the blessings we had asked for, and say thank you, with deep gratitude, deep respect, and deepest love. We thank you in full faith. We thank you. Inhale and exhale. Inhale all the loving energy into your being. Exhale. Inhale again. Fill your whole soul with the loving energy from God and all the great ones. And exhale. Last one, inhale more. And exhale. Okay, you can open your eyes now.
Thank you, Master Marilag. That was so lovely. Master Marilag, shall I share your slides? Can you tell us a bit more what is love?
I have no
Oh, you
slides.
have no slides. Okay.
I just talk about love. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, please tell us, Master Marilag, what is love?
Oh, you
And
want me to talk now? Okay, okay, okay. No PowerPoint, okay?
no
I just,
PowerPoint. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I just talk about what is love, right? In general. So
Sure.
love is a form of connection. The secret is in the heart. That's why I said, in your heart, this is where we feel the love. But actually, love is our birthright. We are a being of love, right? We're a mini God, divine light, divine love, divine power. So it's inherited us. It starts from the heart. The secret is in the heart. It's a quality of the soul. That's why we're a being. When you say it's a quality of the soul, we are a being. You cannot fake it. You are just love. Okay. It's a feeling. It's a connection also. It's a form of connection. The reason why we're all connected now is because of love. We love the teacher. We love the teachings. We love each one here. And the reason why family is connected is love that connects or binds families. Or love is the one that binds the center, the people at the foundation. It's love that connects them. And also love, heart, the functions of the heart, which is ability to love, is where we feel compassion, we feel happiness or joy or bliss. And without the heart opening up, we cannot even experience illumination. Okay. Love is being patient, love is being tolerant, love is where sweetness or tenderness comes from, love is generosity. And when we say generosity, love comes from service. When you're generous with your money, generous with your time, generous with your energy. Okay, there's no love. You won't even think of serving people, helping people, guiding people, healing people. Yeah, and the number one, another feature of the heart is the magnetism. Love attracts. Love binds people. Yes, lovers, couples. Doesn't matter what sex, but it binds people, friends, close friends, best friends, lovers, husbands and wives, and also family, parents to children, is what love binds them. Okay. Now, it's the magnetism aspect, is the attractive power. If in a center you have loving energy, you attract people. It's the glue that binds families and binds groups. Okay. So the magnetism, if you can say, oh my God, that guy, that means he has a cold heart. When you say cold heart, the heart is small or shrunken. When you say, oh, he's so warm, so loving, that means the heart is big. Yeah, so everything is from the heart. And also love is also sacrificial. Love for the country, so how some people sacrifice their lives for the love of the country. They don't care what happens to them. They care for the country. Yeah, so sacrificial. Also from relationships, sometimes the relationship is not well, but the woman still accepts the man after philandering and they come back. They sacrifice their own happiness for the sake of the children. And sometimes some people are born with some not, some kids with challenges like autism, retardation, whatever. And that really is a big challenge for them to stretch the heart to have unconditional love. Like no matter what you are, how you are, no matter it gives you so much pain or time and difficulty, I still love you. I still accept you. I will take care of you. That's love. Caringness is part of the love. Sympathy, empathy, those are part of love, of quality of the heart, right? People who are cold, they don't care if they see beggars in the street. They have no empathy. They don't have sympathy. They don't have compassion, right? So all of this, again, as I said, the secret is in the heart. If the heart is not open, forget about that. That's why in pranic healing and Arhatic yoga, the main meditation, the very first meditation we do is meditation on twin hearts. Open the heart, the crown opens. When the heart is open, you can love your people, family, people, close friends. But when you open when this is the key to opening the crown, when the crown is open, you can love all, not just your friends, not just people you know, but even strangers. You cannot help but feel the empathy, feel the compassion, feel the mercy also, okay? So this is the key to everything. And this, as a being of light, the intelligence, love, and power, we have all this. So sometimes a lot of people have so much love, and sometimes they don't have love. So this is the one that we have to cultivate in our life. If you have love, remember, love is what makes the world go round. All we need is love. There are so many songs about love, and love. All we need is love. Dun, 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 dun. So really, really, without love, I don't know how a country would survive. That's why there's a lot of fighting now, anger now. They have to just put love in their hearts, in their whole soul. They have to just activate the love for the country, love for the people. So many uses of love. Again, and love. And Master said, if only people know that the soul has no sex, no color, no religion, no what is that? No religion, no sex, no color, no culture. I mean, so they will not look, there's no gonna be discrimination. The color, the race, they discriminate because we don't know it's a quality of the soul. So love is a quality of the soul. And how many of you can feel love just the way it is? And love also for yourself, okay? Sometimes you're so hard on yourself. You need to develop the love to yourself. When you have love to yourself, you give love easily to others. Okay, so, I mean, any questions on that? And that's how I look at love. Okay, I don't need PowerPoint on that. Love
That's
is
amazing because you're a walking heart chakra, Master Marilag.
okay.
You're just
I'm
so
sitting now.
beautiful. You're sitting, walking everything, emanating heart chakra. Absolutely. I think you've been given many nicknames. One that I loved is someone with the patience of a saint. Incredible, as you described.
The patience of a saint, not a saint. Okay, thank you for that. So what?
Yes, so just as you described the qualities of love, it's all those things that you describe and more. And also Master Chua says having love is the ability to see things as they are, because many times we see things from our perspective or an attachment and we think that that's love, but truly loving is to see things as they are.
That's where the understanding part comes in. You see them, understand them, accept them. Yeah.
Yeah, no matter what. Thank you. Beautiful description, Master. So, Master, let us invite our first, well, speakers this time, so plural. So they are a couple all the way from Uruguay. You
Ooh,
know them quite
I
well,
know.
yes. So we have Lorena and
Sorry.
Saurabh. And let me just pin them so we can see them as well. There we go. So welcome. So we have Lorena, who is a pranic healer as well as an Arhatic yogi. She's also a solicitor or a lawyer by background and a notary public in Uruguay. She's over 8 years of experience in Arhatic yoga. And we have her husband, Saurabh, who's also a pranic healer and an Arhatic yogi practitioner. So both of them are Arhatic yogi practitioners. And he has over 5 years of experience with Arhatic yoga. He is an IT professional working in one of the top multinational companies. So welcome, both of you. Please introduce yourselves and tell us how you met, how long you've been together, and anything else, anything spicy you might want to share.
When I was there. You go first. Okay, so I think you already introduced us perfectly. So I am Lorena, and we have been together for almost 3 years. We got married last year, and we had our baby. So maybe Sarah will want to tell how we met.
Okay. Uh, yeah, thank you so much, Atma Namaste. Um, so I moved here Uruguay in 2023 and we met in 2023. Uh, I'm sorry, I moved in 2022 and we met 2023. I was as Gauri introduced already. I did my Arhatic, I did my pranic healing courses in Pune, in my hometown, the basic, advanced psychotherapy and so on. And my company gives me an opportunity to work here, so I moved in 2022. And I was looking for to continue my pranic healing practices here in Uruguay, and I was in search of the pranic healing branch or the center here in Uruguay. So I searched on the Google and I found one page of pranic healing, and I contacted one of the person here. It's her name is Marielena, and she the basic problem was here I don't speak Spanish yet, I'm learning. So I was more looking the courses in English, and she redirected me to Lorena. And then we met in the pranic healing center in Uruguay. uh, that's how we met in 2023.
Oh, how wonderful. So perhaps Lorena had no choice. Is that right, Lorena? Because she was the only one who spoke English, so she was stuck with you. Okay. So Saurabh, you said you were pranic healer before, and then you moved over. So why was that important for you to find another pranic healing center halfway around the world and continue your journey as you just moved to Uruguay?
Yeah, since I was learning the pranic healing in my hometown, Pune. I when I moved here, I was still in touch into the pranic healing in the groups, but since the time zones are different, I couldn't able to catch up on the things or the learning or what are the meditations or the practices that we are doing. So in this time zone, I was more looking the center in Uruguay. Uh, and that's why I try to find any contact information that on the center here available in Uruguay. Initially, I thought there was no any center, but I eventually found a link, a number, and that's why how we met in Pranic Healing Center. So I wanted to continue the meditation for since. I did initially the courses like basic, advanced, and I feel that it helped me, my personal life, my professional life. So I wanted to continue this journey. This is important for me to continue this journey in the pranic healing. And this since the pranic healing is like I feel more curious that okay, what could be the next things to learn, and that's why uh, and this helps. So how I could grow more and more in personal professional life, and that's why I wanted to continue. And this is why this is important for me to continue this journey here in Uruguay, and of course in the future in life as well.
That's amazing, Saurabh. So someone who's obviously a very busy IT professional looking for something more and more fulfilling, and that's something that's fulfilling that helps you both in your, as you said, professional life as well as personal life. And lucky for you, you met Lorena. But as I understand from your description, you said you were a pranic healer and you were not an Arhatic Yogi practitioner. You hadn't come across Arhatic Yoga yet at that point. So Lorena, tell us why, or was it important for you to meet and a partner who is an Arhatic yogi? Is that an important criteria for you? If it is, why?
Yeah, actually, it was important, but before meeting Saurabh, I did a great job on myself. Just 2 weeks before meeting him, I attended to Spiritual Vacation, which is a program for Arhatic yogis in New Jersey. That it's in New York. I'm sorry, it's led by Master Marilag and Master Glenn. So in those vacations, I did a lot of cleansing, especially of limiting belief and maybe energies that were preventing me to grow and to allow me to have a partner. And it was really important to me to find someone in the same journey as me because most of the time, my free time, I'm trying to, like, I'm also curious to learn more, to practice more. I love to travel, and the travels I combine with retreats, so that can help me to grow spiritually also. And also because my parents and my siblings are also Arhatic yoga practitioners. So I have been practicing family for a long time, and I didn't want to lose that. So that was important for me that my parents would be Arhatic yoga.
That's really kind. Thank you for sharing that and how it means to you, your entire family. Well, perhaps now put the spotlight on your husband, Saurabh. Tell us then, did you feel pressured? Did you feel, well, I'm falling in love with this girl, so I guess I must learn this thing, otherwise I'm not going to fulfill the criteria to marry her. Was that kind of pressure?
Honestly speaking, I mean, I didn't thought anything about that initially because I was not Arhatic, and what was Lorena's thoughts, that was not mine initially. But since as you asked, that is not a pressure, that was not a pressure at all. I feel that this is a great blessing to have a partner like her, since she encouraged, or her family is also Arhatic, so they also inspired or supported me to go on the Arhatic level. And of course I'm also looking for the next course, so that vibe may be matched, and that's why I went ahead, and it flowed perfectly. So I didn't feel any pressures because I was initially enjoying the journey of pranic healing, and I wanted to continue the same. So it feels great.
That's nice. Okay, a natural flow. Okay, that's really, really helpful to know. Thank you. So, our Hatha Yoga, as I understand, has many pillars. I mean, Master Marilag will come and teach us. She's coming to UK for the first time to teach excuse me, to teach our Hatha Yoga on the 24th and 25th of October. And stay tuned. Master Marilag might have other announcements for us today. But so in our Hatha Yoga, I understand that there's meditations, there's some set prescriptions on how you can practice and make a better version of yourself. But tell me, is this compatible with your life? You're new parents now. You've got busy family life. Are these tools, have you put them on the shelf, or is it compatible?
So maybe for the long meditations, we cannot do so many long meditations now with the baby, but there are so many techniques that have been very useful and very productive for us, because sometimes in the most challenging times of life, whatever you are facing, you will always find a technique, a specific technique that will help. For example, in my health, I was facing iron deficiency due to the delivery, and I was always feeling tired, so I started doing the breathing exercises that are teaching Arhatic Yoga, and my life changed with one simple practice that will take me 10 minutes a day, and my life changed completely. And then, of course, we were doing some meditations, like short meditation, and another practice that we have learned, and that helped us also to grow and to unite as family during this period of changes. So for you.
Yeah, I agree with Lorena. Yeah, this the same for me.
Thank you, guys. So that's really, really helpful to know that there's so many other pillars and techniques there. Thank you for sharing that. Even the breathing technique could help with your iron deficiency and up your energy levels. That's beautiful. And they explain that the mother has got a huge cord to the baby at this time, right? And of course, all throughout its years, but particularly in the early years. And whatever the mother is going through very much affects the child, and especially in the first 7 years of life. So any kind of challenges, I suppose, can you share? Has there any been challenges or friction in relationship? I mean, any relationship, Master Choa says, when you rub two hands together, there's always friction, and the lubrication is love. And this can affect your baby as well. So maybe can you share anything that has an impact on your relationship? And are there any tools that Arhatic Yoga has helped you with?
Okay. Uh, yeah, I mean, Gauri, as you know, I mean, every relationship is like based on the mutual understanding and the coordination. So here, I would like to mention, and this is this is where, since there are a lot of differences, of course, difference in culture, difference in region, difference in language, difference in religions, and all that, and uh, to this this pranic healing help us to cope up and to regulate and to be on the same page in the relationships. And even if it is there is a difficulty, or maybe it doesn't like it's a difficulty or it's a trouble, the everything it's went well and smooth. We didn't feel like as a huge mountain, or a challenge like that, and we didn't struggle much, by the God grace, Master grace. And since we talked about, there are a lot of small good tools and techniques in the pranic healings. Lauren already mentioned about the breathing. Since the basic breathing exercises helps you to regulate your own uh, to your own balances. So that helps a lot. And Lorena, you can add if you want.
Yeah, I also learned in Arhatic Yoga and pranic healing to be more flexible and to accept, to give recognition to the partner, practice gratitude. So when you are facing maybe a difficult time, it feels like it will pass so fast, and we are asking ourselves, okay, what should we learn from this, and how can we change the situation? What is the approach that we are needed in our life? So we can talk and figure that out. So it's like a lesson to learn whenever there is some friction.
How wonderful you have the deeper level of understanding and giving someone their space. And as Saurabh described, then you also have tools to help you address that. But tell me, so Lorena and Saurabh, both of you, so when you met, right, was there like an instant spark, like it's instant knowing on another level, like he is the one or she is the one? Was there anything like that?
Well, for me, it was, as I said before meeting him, I attended that spiritual vacation. It's a very wonderful program. So during that time, we did a meditation led by Master Marilag about Prince Charming. So during that meditation, I felt his energy and I could some kind smell his essence. I don't know how to describe that. So I booked him to come to the center. I didn't know he was going to be my husband at that point, of course not. So I booked him to come to the center after a workshop, so I could be speaking in English and meditating in English with him. And when he rang the bell and I go to the door, I noticed that it was him, and I was like, "Oh my God, I know his energy. I definitely meet him." So I started to feel so nervous. So I didn't open. I went back to the center and I did my invocation and I requested for blessings because it was hard for me. I had to represent pranic healing and Master Choa as a pranic healing instructor and translator for him. But at the same time, I knew that he was going to be a very important person in my life. So I requested the blessings, and then when I opened, and it was so amazing the energy, how everything started flowing from there. So for me, it was a yes, definitely. I don't know for him.
Yeah, I mean, certainly it feels like a spark or the energy for me when I step into the pranic healing center here in Uruguay. Uh, some energies changed or flowing really beautifully, but I mean, I cannot. I'm sorry, I cannot express those in words. But something beautifully was happening around both of us. So
Oh, wow. So, but at least you were sensitive to the energy. So it's the energy because love, as Master Mara, like I shared with us, is all energy. And Lorena, maybe you were in Arhatic Yoga a few years before. Sorry, maybe that could be an explanation. I don't know. I'm not trying to second guess, but perhaps your intuition was activated. You had the blessings of being cleansed at the spiritual vacation that you described. And you met your partner through this meditation that Master Marilag guided called Prince Charming, where she encourages you to connect, to smell, and so all the different energetic senses. And how wonderful that you then he materialized in front of you. But also one last question before I turn it over to Master Marilag. So tell me, Lorena, did you learn Arhatic Sexual Alchemy recently? And how has that affected affected your relationship?
Well, yes, since I took Arhatic Yoga, I was very interested to take Arhatic Sexual Alchemy because I heard that even for single people, it can help a lot about the inner transformation and transmutation. So it can be very useful in the spiritual path for your own growth. But I didn't get the chance to take it in the retreats. It's not very often teach, at least not here in South America. So once you travel or once you get the chance, you should enroll into that because it's not very often. And when I went with him to a retreat in New Jersey, we decided to take it together, and it was really amazing. We felt so many blessings at that time, and it helped us to connect in a deeper level. During those days, we just found out that we were expecting the baby, so it was everything a shift in our life and a huge change because maybe one day before taking the workshop, we found out about that. But it was really a blessing because it helped us to connect in emotional level, mental level, spiritual level, and of course, sex level in a more spiritual approach. And that's what I can say. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with Lorena, and I would just add, it's not a it's not only the act, sexual act, but it helps you to maintain or balance your sexual energies or chakras. So your life can be well maintained and regulated. So that's what I feel.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you both. I'm going to invite Master Marilag, who is smiling from ear to ear. Welcome, Master Marilag. Please give us your insights.
Anyway, okay. I like Saurabh already. Every time he says, I agree with Lorena. I agree with Lorena. I like that kind of husband. He's a good guy. From there, I can tell you're a good guy. But anyway, after the spiritual vacation in July, right? We did the In Search of Prince Charming. I made them feel how it is to have the love energetically. I said, when you do this energetically, you practice hugging him, kissing him, feeling his presence. And I said, when you actually meet the guy, you actually know that energy. So that's what she was explaining. And then in August, Master, I met the guy. Oh, she was so excited telling me she met the really that fast? You met the guy already? Yeah. And then I was so excited to meet him, to see him. When I saw him, wow, he's handsome. He's a good guy, good looking guy. For me, I didn't say approve, right? But in my mind, wow, so happy that you found that right guy. Right? And then I saw you have the baby. I saw my beautiful baby. That's the result of Arhatic Sexual Alchemy done at the right time. Right? So I'm sure he's going to be highly evolved soul, right? Because you did that. If you don't know what sexual alchemy, Arhatic Sexual Alchemy is a technique where Master Choa said, if a couple is connected on the spiritual level, I mean, not just on the sex, if it's just sex, it doesn't last long. If they can look for other people to have sex, no, that's that. But on the spiritual level, if you're bounded in the sex spiritual level, there's no fooling around. You're not gonna search for another one because other people just sex that doesn't last long. But the spiritual level, everything else is connected as well. Mental, emotional, etheric, physical. Yeah, sex will feel much better if you're connected up there. Yeah, agree, right? That's why it produced a beautiful baby, right? I really am in love with your baby. When I first saw it, I was newly born, and I follow you. I said that the development of the baby is so cute, so cute. It's like Saurabh mix your beautiful features together, and I'm sure she will grow. He is a guy, he's a boy. He will grow beautifully with your guidance as parents, applying the Arhatic teachings. Yes, the love aspect within you. Get to share that and avoiding negative words, negative thoughts. Guiding them the right way. So I love that you met each other. I love that you met the right partner. Okay, I love that you're in love. Okay, again, I'm in love with your husband already. So I agree with Lorena. He's a good guy. And I'm also I heard your story. Coming from an Indian origin with Indian culture, and this South American, totally different. Obviously there will be differences, and I'm happy that your parents did not force you to marry the same. You know how Indian marriages they match you with somebody, as you had your own choice to meet somebody outside of the culture, right? I like that they did not disagree with your choice. This Lorena is a good choice. Yeah, the best choice. Okay, I'm not saying the Indian magic is not, but at least even though you have different cultures, it's love that bound you. It's Arhatic yoga teaches that bound you. It's Master teaches that bound you. It's a beautiful relationship. I love her. And you said, of course, there will be differences, but I like that you approach each other's problems in a mature way. A lot of people would just fight and then go with the solar plexus. But if you do it in maturely, but with the greater understanding of why was the challenge, was the lesson, it's a recipe for continued success in your marriage. Congratulations. I love you both.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you,
Thank
Master
you so
Marilag, and
much.
thank you
Thank you
so
so
much, Lorena and Saurabh. Okay, so we have now our next speakers. They are a mixed couple, so I'm very excited to hear these two. We have Bob Kritzer. Give me a moment to spotlight him so you can see, and Allison Sahu, all the way from America as well, we have today. So we have, let me introduce them to you. So Bob, thank you for dialing in from work. So Bob holds a quantitative business analysis degree as well as an MBA in finance. He's in the manufacturing industry. He is an avid kite surfer, cyclist, and hot yoga practitioner. So he applies himself to a field. He goes all in when he does that with his cycling, for example. He's restored older bikes, repainted them. He also participates to raise funds for Alzheimer's research. So a lot of charitable and good work in his life, and that's his passion. So his wife, then Allison, she holds a degree in physics and also an MBA in marketing. She has worked as a market research analyst for many years, and now she focuses on pranic healing. So she has completed the 3 levels of pranic healing certification, and she is a licensed pranic healing instructor in Bucks County. She's also a nonprofit, has a nonprofit that hosts pranic healing events, classes, and healing groups. So let us welcome both of them. Do we hold on, where's Allison?
Be spotlighted.
Oh, she's pinned already. Okay. So welcome both. And yeah, tell us a little bit more about yourselves.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you so much. Well, that was a pretty good introduction. Why don't you go first, Bob? Why don't you go first?
Okay. Thank you, Gary. Very nice to meet all of you here online. Master Marilag, nice to meet you. You know, I think, Gary, we spoke once before and you asked me to come on and talk about our situation since Allison studies pranic healing and Arhatic yoga. And, you know, as part of my life, I don't do those things. And, you know, it's just been kind of a good relationship between Allison and I, how we've sort of managed our own priorities, but kept our relationship close. And I think that, you know, that takes a lot of flexibility on the part of both of us. And, you know, we have known each other for a long, long time now. We're, I think, over 30 years in our total relationship. And so the, you know, Arhatic yoga, the pranic healing came a little bit later. But throughout our lives, we've had many things that we've discovered and adapted into our lives, and we've accepted those things, and we've worked together to support each other in those areas. So, you know, it's interesting to verbalize this to a large group of people and try to explain it. But I think that that's why we're here today. So it's great to be here.
Thank you, Bob. Allison, did you want to add something or?
Yeah. So I liked what Lorena said about being flexible and how her Arhatic practice has helped her to do that. And I found the same thing, actually, when I began Arhatic Yoga in 2018. At first I just started doing the meditations, but then I found that the practice was actually changing me, and it was changing how I viewed kind of everything in life. It changed how I viewed the people who were closest to me, all those relationships. It changed how I behaved in those relationships. It made me much more appreciative. So even though Bob and I don't practice Arhatic Yoga together, I feel like on a higher level, when one person begins something like that, it will always change everything. And when it changes one person's life, it will automatically change the relationship and change everything for the better, for the better.
That's very beautiful. Thank you both. So Bob mentioned that you've both been together 3 decades. Wow, that in itself, I think you need an award for. Well, Master Marilag, she's been married. It's a double that time almost. Nearly, yeah. She doesn't look it. She stands for many things, and inner beauty and outer beauty is one of them. She does not look her age. But coming back to Bob and Allison, so you said you've been together for 30 years. So how did you meet? And was there any instant spark or deep realization, knowing on another level?
So it was very interesting. Before we met, a few weeks before we met, I had a dream. It was a short dream, but in the dream, this person, a man, was saying to me, "I really want to meet you." And in the dream, I said, "But I love my job." And at that time, I had a job that I really enjoyed. And after Bob and I met, very shortly after that, the job ended. So it was very interesting how that happened, and it made me look a little closer at the dynamic of what was going on.
Yeah,
But
and
Bob, of
that's
course, has a different version of the story.
yeah, but it kind of ties in. I think it's pretty interesting. I first saw Allison at a very large community get together. It was a club built around people who wanted to engage in physical activities such as skiing or cycling. And so there were hundreds of people in this large auditorium. And I clearly remember standing there in sort of the back of the auditorium and seeing Allison walk through the crowd of people. And Allison's tall, so maybe that's part of it. But I also, think that I did, take specific notice of Allison. And so there was a little something. And then later, Allison sponsored through the same club a ski trip, and that's really where we first spoke and met and got to know each other. And our relationship started at that time and developed relatively quickly after that.
Thank you both. That's beautiful. In a large crowd, yes, you were able to spot Allison. That's lovely. Thank you for that. So, Allison, you said you tell us a little bit more about your journey into pranic healing and Arhatic yoga. How did it come about? Why did it come about? And when did you come into this path?
Yeah, so I found pranic healing at the end of 2013. And it happened to be a time when a lot was going on with our family and our life. There were some difficulties. There were some difficulties, not between Bob and myself, but with other family members. And it was just a very challenging time. And I was looking for something that would help. I didn't know what I was looking for, but I knew that I needed something. I knew that we all needed something. So I started going to different community centers, spiritual community centers in the area. I took lots of courses and I learned a lot of things. Pranic healing was actually the first thing that I found at that time. And I went to a healing expo, and the pranic healing speaker said that, oh, pranic healing can help with addictions. That was the problem that was going on at that time. And I thought, wow, how could this be? You know, everything I knew about addiction, I couldn't believe that there was something that could help. But she said, oh, yes, pranic healing can be used to help with addiction, and it's easy to learn. Anyone can do it. So I went home. I immediately ordered a book. I started taking some classes, and I found that pranic healing could do everything that that speaker said and very much more. And that was what started it. And even though during that time I learned a lot of things. I learned other healing modalities because I felt that I needed context. I needed to understand the bigger picture of it. But I kept coming back to pranic healing. And it was in 2018 that finally brought me into Arhatic Yoga. And then I really saw the depth of the school. With Arhatic Yoga, I started understanding that there is so much more behind the healing techniques. I mean, the healing techniques are wonderful as they are, but with Arhatic Yoga, that's where you get the even bigger picture of how energy works on a much bigger level. And I really liked that. I liked learning about that. And it just kind of continued from there with the pandemic, and we started doing more. So it's really been amazing. And it happened at a time in my life when I felt that I wanted to make more of an impact, because for many years, I had been working, doing things that paid, fairly well, but they didn't pay well in terms of satisfaction, in terms of making a difference. And pranic healing and Arhatic Yoga offer that.
Thank you, Allison. That's we're really grateful. I mean, you shared some personal family matters as well, and you turned for some extra help at that time, and you have grown in this school of pranic healing and Arhatic Yoga alongside Bob, who's also grown as you described earlier. So Bob, can we hear, what do you think of all this stuff that Allison was talking about, this pranic healing, this Arhatic journey of hers, and I guess yours as a family?
It's, I'm very positive about the whole thing, of course. I think that Allison's desire to do more than just have employment in life was something that I knew way before Allison found pranic healing, or we had problems with a family member. So it doesn't really come as a surprise to me that Allison, decided to dedicate a significant portion of her time to pranic healing, and even a spiritual pursuit. Allison, is a spiritual person. I knew that. I didn't know that it would be pranic healing. I didn't even know what pranic healing was when we first met. It's been a learning experience for me, and likewise, Allison has supported everything that I've done in life too. So it's, I think there's just a spirit of cooperation involved here. It's not whether I do something different than Allison. It's whether we support the things that each other engages in, and I think that we've done a really great job over many, many years of supporting each other. And so pranic healing has been an interesting journey. It's entirely new to me. So learning about this over these years has been very interesting.
Thank you both. Oh, sorry, carry on.
I was just going to say, it again is different than my interest, but it's not, that doesn't mean it has to be mutually exclusive to something that I am interested in.
Oh, that's beautiful. And also, as you shared, like Allison supports you on your path and your journey. You both support each other and be there. And you sum that up really, really well, that because we often hear that there are couples that one of them practices pranic healing and Arhatic yoga and have a long desire, a longing that the other would join them, and that it's only then it's complete. So it doesn't have to be. So it's really lovely to hear that from your perspective, and you're both growing alongside each other. And perhaps that is really the true meaning of a relationship, not that you wish or want or must, the other person must do this, like a conditional love, then that's not true love. So thank you for sharing that and inspiring a lot of our mixed Arhatic couples, or even a lot of single people that are on the call that may have had certain ideas before this. I really appreciate that. Let us hear from our keynote speaker, Master Marilag.
Okay, first of all, I'm so happy and honored to meet your husband, Bob. I love your voice. You sound like an announcer, radio announcer, and I'm happy to know that. I know Allison, but I'm happy to see the other half. And I love this love story. You said I met us in a big crowd, so many people, but how could you miss the beauty, the glow? She's so beautiful, and I'm sure she's beautiful now. I'm sure 30 years ago she's even more beautiful, right? So you notice her among the big crowd. So, and it's meant to be together. I love the way you treat each other in the relationship. You allow each other to grow on their own. You know, some men push their wife to join you, or stop the other woman from pursuing her needs or her wants or her desires. You allow her to grow on her own, whatever she wants, in pranic and Arhatic yoga, and you pursue your own thing. So that's a very good recipe for good relationship. That's why it's lasted 30 years. But anyway, Gauri, a little correction. It's not double that. I'm not that. I'm bodies old, but not that old. I'm not married for 60 years yet. Not yet. 47 years next month. Okay, so I'm short of 13 years. I have yet to wait for my 50th wedding anniversary before 60. Okay, I mean, I know. I'm there already. I mean, you guys are young, but not that old yet. Not yet. Okay, I'm looking forward to 60th. I'll be 76. I'll be 86 then. My goodness, I don't know. I hope I don't walk in the aisle in the cane. Okay, 60th year. Okay, I have to wait for the 50th anniversary. And with the 30 years of your relationship, I know you're gonna reach 50 and 75. The strong bond, like that's unconditional love. That's accepting each other, understanding each other, tolerating each other, and compromises. Maybe okay, you do that and I do this. And there's no fighting. There's no, you should not join that. That's a cult. That's a baloney. You know, some husbands are like that, and sometimes the woman comes home and it's a big fight when the woman comes home from Arhatic teachings or pranic healing classes. They fight. And it's a source of separation. So I'm sure Bob is a good husband. The way you shared, the way you share your story, the way you allow each other, and it's a good. And you look alike. I know you look alike. That's how I gauge relationships. Who's this? Lorena and Saurabh, although they're different culture, different, but they also look alike somehow. So that's for me. That's a sign of lasting relationships. Okay, you look good together. Allison is so beautiful. I'm not saying you're not beautiful because you're a man, you have no hair. But you look like features-wise.
I understand.
Okay? It's lasting, okay? Congratulations for a wonderful relationship. I like your sample because I know a lot of people, they don't tolerate the other side. They don't allow the other one to grow. The fact that you're allowing each other to grow, that's true love. True love. Okay? Unconditional love. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Master Marilag, and sorry for the miscalc. I'm not the mathematician, so I miscalculated.
Anyway, I was laughing when you said double that. Okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. At least I still look young for double that.
Indeed, indeed. And thank you so much to Allison and Bob. Especially taking time out of your busy schedule as well. Really appreciate it. Great audience message for our audience and your inspiration to all of us. Thank you once again. So at this junction, let's bring on our third couple speakers. So we have all the way, well, they're mixed. They're currently in New York, but they're originally from Puerto Rico. So we have a same-sex couple. We have Dr. Pedro Ornes, who is a highly distinguished physician. He's a neuroradiologist who is extremely experienced with decades of experience in advanced medical technology. He also now works in serving the university in Puerto Rico, as well as he does work in his prestigious leadership role in America as well, mastering the complexities of human body through imaging and precision diagnosis, and bringing and merging that with the energetic side and complementing the two. And his other half, we have Guillermo, who is an extremely successful entrepreneur, communications executive with almost 3 decades in advising multinational brands all throughout the Americas, so even including BMW, Unilever, L'Oreal, and the government of Puerto Rico as well. So they also have a co-ownership of a hotel. And in addition to all of that, or as he would describe, the core to all of that, he is a meditational practitioner since the age of 15. So we have a lot to learn from these two. He came across pranic healing and Arhatic yoga. They were blessed. They had the good credits to meet the teacher during his last incarnation, the founder, Master Chua Kok Sui. He's also co-authored books, and it's an Amazon bestseller, Shine Your Light, Powerful Practices for an Extraordinary Life. He's currently writing his next book. I'll let him share that. And they've both traveled to over 80 countries and also in the board service in the Museum of Art of Puerto Rico. My goodness, I think I need another hour to go through all their achievements. Aren't we so blessed to have the both of them here with us today? Welcome, Guillermo and Pedro.
Thank you, Dr. Gori. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here. And thank you, Master Marilag.
Thank you, Master Marilag.
Because it's always she's like very close to our heart. Formally, in all these settings, she's Master Marilag. But since we're talking about love, she's Mama. MA for Master Marilag. So she's Mama in our heart. So thank you all for being here, and thank you for sharing this time. As we're super excited to share a little bit of our story. It was kind of like a surprise when we got the request to be here, and very honored at the same time. We're like more on the rowdy Puerto Rican Bad Bunny team, which we're always making active participation wherever we go to. So we look forward to sharing with you some of our experience here, and again, an honor for your attention here.
Oh, thank you so much, both. So, yeah, tell us more about yourselves. Maybe, your bank account number. That's probably quite helpful for all of us.
Hey, don't get about bank account. I should just make a quick funny story, because yeah, we're both entrepreneurs, and there was this one time that right after I met Master Choa, I was his chauffeur and a translator in Puerto Rico, and I was called here to be with him in a course he was going to be dictating here in New Jersey. And they said, Guillermo, why don't you go over to the restaurant? It's going to be in Chinatown, and you're going to be so that we all go together. I said, sure. And the minute I was going into the restaurant, Master Choa was coming out. He looks at me. I said, Guillermo, big basic chakra. I said, oh, I'm not practicing enough, because I was hoping to say like good crown chakra or good heart chakra is like big basic chakra. So yeah, no, I won't share my bank account, but I'll share. we share our blessings with a lot of people as much as we can.
That's lovely. Thank you. So tell us a little bit about your job, and also perhaps the compatibility of this modality, Arhatic yoga, both for Pedro as a doctor, and also for yourself, Germo, as a business, very successful business person.
For me, it was very interesting. We are explorers, and Guillermo explore more on I go more into the science part, Guillermo more into the spiritual part, and we share exploring the world as a common ground. In this exploring, Guillermo get into pranic healing, and we had the blessing of meeting the master. As soon as I meet the master, I fall in love with him and with the pranic healing. And this was something, an eye opener. When I used to be with my patients, I used to invoke and ask for guidance and ask for protection also. And so I put a little bit of the basic pranic healing into my practice as a physician. That is a little bit of what difference make pranic healing towards my practice as a physician. The Arhatic is another path, is more about a growing and a personal growth, a spiritual growth. So it was like a complement of the first, be strong as ourselves to then be able to help others.
That's beautiful, Dr. Pedro. Thank you, thank you, thank you to be able to combine both the visible physical, which is what we've been trained as medical professionals for half a decade or so before we put out on the floor, on the hospital floor, then to now have that combination of what's the driving force or the subtler behind that is perhaps makes you one of the more outstanding doctors and the work that you do. So thank you for sharing that. And Guillermo, also to hear how this Arhatic yoga practices impacts your work and as a businessman.
Yeah, thank you for asking that. It's very interesting because Master Marilag knows me well, probably the only person in the room that knows me here. I'm more brainy than very devotional, let's say. Very open to all practices and learning, and my heart is open, but I have a lot of that rational mind kicking in as often as possible, questioning everything that I hear and that I experience. I'm open to experience, but I question stuff. So I said, when I started Arhatic yoga, which was about a year after I took pranic healing, took almost every single course in a year, do the full ingestion of everything that there was to learn. And about a year later, Master Choa came to Puerto Rico and taught Arhatic prep, which was fantastic. And at that time, I thought, well, this is all very serendipitous. And bumping into things that I learned about pranic healing in my sister's house when a friend walked in and talked about it, and I was spellbound by everything that she was saying. So I signed in and joined, and then moving on into her Arhatic right away. Now I look back, and I'm gonna get to answering how does it apply to work. Now I look back, and what I thought originally was just purely a serendipitous situation that landed in me. Now I see it differently. Back then, I saw it that way. Now I see it as it was a soul calling. It was what I was seeking was seeking me, was seeking to manifest through me. So that's why I became aware of pranic healing. That's how that I got into Arhatic yoga. That's how I met Master Choa and Master Marilag and Master Glenn and all the teachers. Those things are not coincidences. Those are alignments that when you start searching for things you discover that those things were just searching to come through you and manifest through you. So when I got into Arhatic yoga, which was fantastic, because one of the first things is like, I'm not and this is public information, even though Arhatic, because it's in posters in the center, the meditation, I am the soul, I'm not the body, I'm not the emotions, I'm not the thoughts, I'm not the mind. I said, if my rational mind kicks in, it's like, really, I'm not all of that. It's like, this is the body, I'm thinking, this is my mind. So how do I unpack this? Because I was not debating the teacher. I was trying to absorb and understand what he was saying. What was in that poster? What's in those words? And I said, okay, so this is really all about soul development. So how do I unpack that I'm not the body, how I'm not the emotion? And once you start learning more about it, and you actually get to realize your soul, then I started shifting the words I was using in my mind. And as I say, words are spells. That's why we say, that's why we use the word spelling when we're expressing words. And I am a soul. If I'm a soul, I said, well, then if I'm a soul, I am bodying. That's what I'm doing here. It's my soul experiencing body. So I started myself trying to look for ways of actually digesting this, and then how do I bring it to the business? So, okay, so I'm a soul, I'm bodying, and I'm going to apply divine wisdom, divine love, and divine power into my work because I think work is sacred. I think in my businesses, those are outlets for me to grow as a soul, to help other people grow as well, to service because I'm providing a service to my clients. It's not in the healing side; it's actually just helping them succeed in their businesses and go on with their lives and all that. So I said, how do I really bring this in? So my take with Arhatic Yoga applied to business, let's say it. At the core of the teachings, it say we're divine wisdom, we're divine love, we're divine power. In my business, and I guess in everybody's business or in your career, look at it from this different lens. You need clarity to make the right decisions. You need clarity to create a new product, or you need clarity to develop a new project. You need to open up your wisdom side to be able to apply that here in the physical and in the work setting. You need attraction, you need coherence, you need to create resonance, you need to bring in the collaborators, the contributors, the buyers, the partners, etc. You need to activate your heart as well. So that's very much apply. If I'm going out for looking for a new client, I know I have to project love and I need to open my heart and I need to create that resonance in order to attract the people. Otherwise, they will be going to another business. And the third area that I need that I apply from Arhatic into practical work is the divine power. We're divine wisdom, divine love, and divine power. And I'm pointing here because I need the inner strength to keep going, to handle the demands of the market changes, my competition, I need to have true inner strength. I need to keep going. I'm not done when I'm tired. I'm done when I'm done. The only way to sustain that and not burn out is because I'm actually recruiting all those three energies that I learned in Arhatic Yoga and I'm applying them to my daily life. It stopped being a weekly practice and became a lifestyle. Once you make that shift, that you're actually applying divine wisdom, divine love, divine power to every single aspect of your life truly changes. When I first took it, and to be all honest, in all honesty, I said, okay, so I need to breathe this way, I need to breathe that way, I need to do my exercise, I need to do this meditation. I said, what are all these steps taking me to? Because there was a huge set of instructions on how to mold life towards a new lifestyle, to apply it for spiritual growth. But since I see, as I mentioned, that work is sacred, I need to apply it there too. So I said, okay, so let's try to unpack this in super practical applications as if I had just learned a new software and I'm applying it here. So this is for me, it's been very critical, and I have to say a big part of our success has been the applied teachings, not just the theory and a mechanical practice or even just the basic discipline. You need all of that. You need the teacher, you need the instructions manual, you need to have the discipline, but you need to really take it out into your whole life because it's part of our soul development. They say Arhatic Yoga is pranic healing is a healing part. Arhatic Yoga is a soul development, spiritual development part, and we need to get into that. So that's I apply it
Amazing.
every.
Oh my God, that is just a beautiful summary. As you say, the wisdom. There was so many pearls of wisdom there, and we can always count on you for humor. So you brought that in with so much wisdom drizzled in every sentence that you said. And what I find, I mean, many things were powerful there, Germo, and what you shared, and Dr. Pedro as well. But really, how you didn't see it as different. You saw it and how you can distill those teachings to apply that into every aspect of your life. You didn't see the business different from you. You didn't see your social life different from you. You didn't see your relationship and how you incorporate the tools of Arhatic yoga and how it changes your vibrations. Perhaps it also, as you described, right, what you seek is seeking you, so that like attracts like. So as your vibration changes, perhaps the quality of clients and the ethics there in the conducting the business, everything's affected. Perhaps the same for yourself, Dr. Pedro, as well. Well, then at this juncture, I just turn it back to you for the like attracts like, or what you seek is seeking you, as you said. So were you seeking out a life partner? How long ago did you guys meet? How did you meet? Tell us a little bit more, humor us.
Well, actually, when I saw Guillermo the first time, I said, that's the one. I just see him passing by. I was with a friend, and I told him, that's the guy.
Oh,
He was
wow.
very quick and strong. And actually, we met, was the day of my birthday. I invited him for dinner. And since then, we've been together 33 years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, do you have a spicier version for us, Guillermo?
There's two versions on how we met. One is spicier than the other. Master Marilag is in the call. I will not get into those details because we need a glass of wine.
And it's too early for the bottle of wine, so
It's okay. Spill it out. Spill it out. I don't hear anything. Okay.
Master.
Covered. La 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 la. Watermelon. Watermelon. That's a private joke. Okay.
No. Funny story, funny teaching. Master Marilag once asked me to roommate with somebody because somebody without a room on a seminar, and of course Master Marilag asked, you say yes. So it was not a good experience for me in that particular roommate. So she said, see, you need to learn to say no as well. You don't I said, that's his sermon. She's brilliant. She's an inspiration for that. So there's other spicier things, but the most important thing, it's a journey. Being together over 30 years is a challenge. And because the way we describe it, I'm not the same person I was 30 years ago. He's not the same person he was 30 years ago. We evolve. We all evolve, personally, professionally. Our priorities change, and I guess the most important thing is to make sure that when you start, you start like this, and as you start, as years goes by, it's very easy to one drift apart, and you say, let's go back together. So we know for a fact this is the dance of life, because we're evolving. If we're not evolving, we're stuck. We would be, it doesn't make any sense. So it's natural to evolve. So while you're evolving, it's very important to make sure that this dance of life is actually executed properly, that you actually come back together and support each other on helping the other grow, helping the other person evolve, while you're also evolving, and not just focus on yourself. Make sure that this always comes back together. It would be very easy for somebody to take Arhatic and leave your partner behind. I strongly don't recommend that because that creates this. So you're not going to force the other person into Arhatic. Pedro is Arhatic as well, thank God. But you don't force the other person, but you do bring them along with your energy. For example, sometimes I go to meditate and I'm going to sleep and I meditate. I hold his hand. I say, look, I meditate. I'm taking him with me. And you intentionally share your energy. You're always sharing your energy because that's part of being there for each other, not just with a word or with a cuddle or by being present or having dinner together. Share your energy, make it an intentional thing to whatever you are getting, you're sharing it. We do it every day with Twin Hearts. You have to do it with your partner as well.
Also, I think that as I told you, we are explorers, and when we explore and we get into a different experience like pranic healing or Arhatic, you can make that a common ground, not something, just a new platform where to grow together. And it's important to, you don't have to be fully immersed, but you need to know what's going on so you can kind of ground. One of the things in pranic healing and in Arhatic yoga are the pillars, and the pillars give us something kind of firm to grow and to build. That's one of the things, and there are very kind of simple things, but simple things sometimes are the most important ones. And there had the pillars that we grow or we build on give you a common ground. So that's something also that helps keeping a relationship for so long.
That's so beautiful, both of you. Thank you. Thank you, Germo, for saying, as you learn Arhatic, irrespective of whether your partner is Arhatic, do not leave them behind. So we heard from our first couple speakers, we have Saurabh and Lorena, and he felt that it just flowed. So he just learned Arhatic yoga because he felt that was a natural path, and he just flowed with her, and now they're together flowing. And we also heard from the lovely Bob and Allison, and they flow and they impact and they journey together, irrespective of their own spiritual paths. Is whatever we do, it's not just the meditation as you described, as being a good person, embedding it and souling it, as you said, in every part of our lives. And Bob's very charitable, as is Allison, and they both flow together. So it's lovely to hear that both of you flow together, because maybe you could be Arhatic and also not flow together. So that was a key takeaway as well from what you just shared. Thank you. And Dr. Pedro, as you shared, many relationships, they actually forget about each other, particularly when children come along, whether they're your own or adopted or whatever. And that's a binding factor that in a relationship, Guillermo, that we spoke about previously. So yeah, now that you don't have children as a choice, and Dr. Pedro, you explained that so beautifully, that you're explorers and you bring that into your relationship and have that as your core alongside Arhatic yoga. So one last question before we invite Master Marilag to share her side. Maybe she'll tell us. I've got the glass of wine ready, Master Marilag.
It's only 10 a.m. here. It's gonna be better.
But I don't mind.
Okay, so is there a difference? So thank you. If you can share a very powerful message for our audience, we'd really appreciate that. So is there a difference in being a same-sex couple or a heterosexual couple? Is there a difference in the spiritual journey in your relationship and the impact of Arhatic yoga? Can you share a little bit more about that?
It's a great question, and I'll just share this personal story. When I started pranic healing and master, and this was it was 29 years ago when I started, and Master Choa came to Puerto Rico to teach a class, and at that moment, maybe the whole openness or cultural openness that's happening now toward same-sex marriage and all that, and it's became legal. It's a lot easier now than it was way before, but almost 30 years ago, it was still a very tough journey.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually remember walking into the spiritual practice, because pranic healing, it's as spiritual as it comes, and seeing Master Choa there, which funny story, I thought it was like, well, that's the man that put together the system, the guy. After I met him, it was like, oh no, it's Master. It's not the guy. It's not just another guy. It's the Master. But it was there, and I was, all excited because I've taken all these courses within a year, and I wondered, because there's a lot of we all doubt ourselves in one shape or another, And I say, like, would he accept that I'm gay? I mean, is that compatible or incompatible with this spiritual journey? I had my questions. And you, when you sit in a room with this, you know, with this weight on your shoulders about, am I out of place here? And it was an honest question. All of a sudden, all of a sudden, he's saying, the soul is sexless. So anybody that has a preference for someone of their same gender, that's perfectly fine, because we're here to evolve from a soul perspective.
It was
And
it was not even a question. We met him. He knew we were from the beginning. We are very kind of affectionate with each other, and we are very caring with each other, and it kind of shows. But for him was not even a question, and that was very interesting because it's established another ground and is applying the teaching. The teaching is that the soul is sexless, is no race, no
color, like
no color.
Marilag was saying.
So it was not only I'm teaching this, but I'm practicing it. So it was very clear on the room. Master Shoa was very, how you say it, very true, very real. It was, for me, that was Kim. He was an engineering. So for me, it was very to get into a spiritual practice where things were concrete and solid. It was not about the woo-woo thing. It was about, this is what it works, it's done this way, and it's very practical. So that was, and he was not only saying something, he was practicing, and he was out there. So that was give us a safe space very early in many years ago.
Yeah, he lifted 1,000 pounds on my shoulders. He's like, okay, I can. That's when he transformed from the guy to the master.
And it
was like, oh, okay, this is real serious stuff.
And I think it also put you in another level. There's no difference to keep a relationship with the same sex partner than with an heterogeneous hetero partner. It's the same thing, the same problem, the same troubles. Maybe you don't have kids, but your parents become your kids. And you have to take care of maybe your brother, your sister, somebody who is not at the same level, need your help. So you have your family is family. And we have been here many times in many incarnations, and maybe your father was your son. So we are in this life, we have certain levels or certain how you say it, levels, labels, not levels, labels. And so maybe your father was your son, you are your, so it's just family. And I think at that very early stage, we understood that soul is sexless, our relationship is the same as anybody, in the sense that we are all the same souls.
That's so powerful. Thank you.
If you allow me to add just one more thing,
yeah,
because
sure.
it was very important. When he said the soul is sexless, not only lifted the bound, it ingrained in my head the question, what is the soul? So it's not only accepting it as a statement, but what is it? And it's funny, and I was kind of like sharing this, and I invite everybody that's here on the call, wherever you are, is it to think for a moment, what is your soul? Where is your soul? What's this soul thing? How do we unpack the soul? Because we sometimes acknowledge that someone has a soul when they die, and we say, oh, may his soul be in the light. Well, when they were still alive, they had a soul. The soul was here, but we never acknowledge that. And I say this in a funny way, kind of like to bring it down to the common conversation. Like, we do have a soul. We have to nurture it. That's what Arhatic Yoga is all about. Developing your soul, because I can say, I am a soul. I'm not the body, I'm not an emotion, but so if I'm the soul, what is the soul? How does that soul needs to work? We evolve our bodies and we take care of it. How do we evolve our souls and we take care of it? Acknowledge it and work with it. That's what Arhatic Yoga has done for me. Help me acknowledge what is a soul, what is my soul. The soul is eternal, my physical is temporary. I need to harmonize that, which is kind of like difficult and ever challenging, in all honesty, for me, common man out there. I have a finite body with an infinite soul. How do I unpack this? Okay, so this infinite soul still needs more development. That's why it keeps coming back. So while I'm here, how do I help my own soul keep evolving? That's what Arhatic Yoga does. It helps you evolve
Both of you,
yourself.
extremely brilliant sharing. I think we need to bring you back again. There's so much wisdom in
Thank
your
you.
words. You're
The
certainly incarnate.
teacher feeding.
Oh, bless. Yes, and certainly incarnated for many, many reasons to you stand for many things in business, in your relationships, to share with the world. If only everybody and all the leaders and even everyday people heard your words, there will be no fighting. It doesn't matter whether you're male, female, and as Dr. Pedro says, you could even be the current person who's your lover now could have been your grandfather, grandmother. So it doesn't matter whether male, female, non-binary, Muslim, Hindu, Pakistani, whatever. It really, really doesn't matter. And if we could look past the facade, the world would be in a different place. No more wars. So amazing message. So you have an invitation back, as do all the others. So Master Marilag, what do you think? Can we hear from you? Where's the glass of wine? Hold on. She wants to say something. She's holding back. Don't hold back.
I already see Guillermo opening his mouth. No, it's okay. I respect, actually, truth to be told, I respect both of them. I love them. I treat Guillermo as my son. That's why he calls me Mama. Okay. We've known each other for so long. But one thing he learned, I think he learned, is discernment. He has to say no. Okay. Doesn't mean I am the teacher, whatever. I am the one, whatever. He looks up to me. I said, okay, that lesson of saying yes, when even he doesn't want roommates, he can afford easily pay for his own room. But because it's me, he said yes, but he suffered from that roommate. So I'll never forget that. So I said, one thing we teach in pranic healing and Arhatic Yoga is discernment. That's why Guillermo said, I'm not the devotional type, I'm the intellectual type. Me too, I enter pranic healing, but I didn't call myself the guy. I looked at him as a businessman, in a suit and everything. I did not look at him as the spiritual guru, not in the first meeting. Okay, so I understand you, but I also understand when you say I'm not this body. I have a question with that. I'm the soul. What does that mean? I'm not the body. Maybe you should have said, yes, I am the sexy body. I am a sexy body.
Always.
I love this body. Why are you saying I'm not this body? I take care of this body. I exercise, I eat good food, and you say I'm not the body. So I also had that in the beginning, okay? As you understand more. And I like that you apply the teachings right away. I mean, you dissected each one until you understood it. And I like that it says it's a way of life. Really, Arhatic Yoga, pranic healing is a bridge to spirituality. The spirituality is the Arhatic Yoga. Without the spirituality, all the other bodies are not developed. You need the spiritual side. As you said, you take care of the body, but the infinite, the soul, you have to take care of it. You have to develop, you have to evolve it. And Arhatic Yoga for me is the fastest way to evolve your soul. I'm saying this not because I'm putting down the other modalities, but Glenn and I were high school sweethearts at age 15 and Glenn was 16. And for 25 years, for 25 years, we met practically at age 40. For 25 years, we went to different spiritual groups. In those groups, we drive 2 hours from where we live to another town in Ohio just to follow our guru that time, the guide. And all we did was Glenn goes to the gardening, That's his assignment, and I'd wash the dishes. That's all I do for 1 year. So different modalities. I've been to different gurus, spiritual guides, and then until I met pranic healing. Pranic healing that explained everything that's in my mind. I'm also very mental. Ask so many questions. It answered even my Catholic religion. I have so many questions also in the practice of Catholicism. Why this? Why confess to the priest when the priest is also human? Why do I have to talk to the priest? Why can't I talk directly to God? Where's God? All of this. So when I met pranic healing, Arhatic yoga, it answered all the questions. So I found home. I did not go anywhere. I did not search anywhere. It's really, I call it a spaceship to spirituality. You know, there are ways to grow, evolve. You can drive, you can bike, you can swim, you can run, you can crawl, you can hike. But Arhatic yoga, you have to take the spaceship and you're there already. It's quick. It's a safe, rapid way of evolving the soul, the infinite soul, the invisible part of you. This is the visible part. You exercise, you eat good food, you really develop. You, as Guillermo said, I have to embody that. I have to have a strong body because the soul occupies this. Where is the soul? It's inside and outside your body. It's inside. It's the invisible part that we don't see. We don't. If that's why in pranic healing we scan the aura. The aura is part of the soul. From the basic pranic healing, we scan the aura, chakras. That's all part of the soul. The invisible part is what pranic healing takes care of. And the other modalities, exercise or the gym or this whatever dieting, take care of the body. We need to strengthen the body as well so that the soul can fulfill whatever it has to do. I like that Guillermo applies Arhatic teachings in his business. That's the success of their medical practice and business practice. Without Arhatic, without the energy, you're going to be drained. Even the strategies in business or the wisdom, because of Arhatic, it opens really the mind. It opens everything. It makes you really like a genius if you practice Arhatic. I mean, even before, I'm a shy type. Maybe you're gonna laugh at me. I'm a shy type. I don't talk much, but pranic it makes me talkative now. Because it's opened the centers. It opened the centers, right? And not the sex center, just the throat chakra, the heart, and everything.
Everything. It fertilizes everything.
Okay. Talking to you. Anyway, it's again, when I look at the relationship, Guillermo and Pedro, I see it as much better than hetero relationship. I really respect them. I really admire their relationship. They have pure respect for each other. Even though they say they have conflict and everything, I really love them. I really like the way they treat each other with respect. Okay, maybe they have conflicts. I don't see that, but anyway, I think that's a secret to your prosperity. You are successful. Both of you are successful in your chosen careers. I highly respect that. Okay, and through you're 33 years now. I remember when you were 20 years in your relationship. Glenn married both of them. Arhatic wedding. Okay, so I was there. I witnessed the whole wedding. Beautiful wedding. So, oh my God, I have so much, understanding, acceptance, knowledge of how it goes. That's why I love them. I love how they started the relationship as married. Not just lovers, but married, committed to each other, and how they treat each other. Really, really, I respect you. I love you. I love you.
I love you. Love you more. Love you more.
We can say anything to each other. If it's a dirty joke, la 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 la. Watermelon. Okay, we can say anything to each other. Okay, with no holds bar. Okay, thank you for being in this show, and thank you. You've given so much wisdom, and I like how you looked at Master and how it became your way of life. How you embody the teachings deeply, and both of you. Okay, thank you for sharing your story. Okay.
That's so beautiful. Thank you. It's so much wisdom and message, and also laced with humor. That's just the way we like it, because Master Cho himself is, he's no fluff. He's all truth, his love and his power, all embodied. He's real, and he was a funny man himself. He loved a sex joke, I hear. Is that right? And thank you for sharing that your husband, also one of the 8 Master Pranic Healers, Master Glenn, married them. So, wow, very, very, very beautiful. Well, thank you everyone for staying. And we've also, over time, we've heard from 3 couple speakers, which is extremely beautiful. But what about the rest of us who are single, who are seeking? Do we have hope? Shall we hear from our final speaker? Last but not least, she's been waiting. We have Lenor, who is a senior policy researcher with a focus in early childhood and social mobility. So alongside her professional work, she came across pranic healing during a difficult time in her life, and Arhatic Yoga followed on from there. So this integrates clarity, balance, and responsibility into her leadership and her daily life. Welcome, Lenor. Oh, you have to unmute yourself.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Govri, for inviting me here. As you understood, I'm not an expert, but I want to share my personal journey and how it connects to my path of pranic healing and Arhatic yoga. So when I started pranic healing, my long-term relationship of 15 years was ending. Not dramatically, but painfully, slowly, with uncertainty. We were trying to separate nicely, which often means unresolved pain and resentment and no clear ground under your feet. At that time, I didn't realize how much healing I needed, emotionally, of course. Financially and career-wise, everything felt unstable. Physically, I was exhausted all the time. Socially, I avoided people, conversations, and explanations. But I was determined to help myself. So I went all in. Level 1, level 2, and then level 3 of pranic healing, all in the same months. Not because I was ready for enlightenment, but because I really needed to help myself. So looking back, I see something clearly now, but at that time, I didn't see it at all. I just wanted to move on with my life. And in fact, my pranic healing instructor back then mentioned something I ignored. He said, Lenor, healing after separation doesn't start with moving on. It starts with forgiveness. And forgiveness is usually the last thing we think about. Many of us, we just want a relief. We want destruction. We want to feel wanted again. I was one of those. I started dating almost immediately. I didn't know exactly what I wanted, but I knew one thing. I believed the next person would save me. And pranic healing had this uncomfortable teaching, like attracts like. And yes, it was painfully accurate. I didn't attract someone grounded, whole, and ready. I attracted people who needed saving. At first, that felt good. I felt important, needed, useful, but none of them was actually what I was looking for. As I continued my studies, I started understanding something essential. If I wanted a different kind of relationship, I had to become a different person. As I moved toward Arhatic yoga, the focus shifted. It was about working on our character, our virtues. At first, I thought, of course, I have the virtues, loving kindness, generosity, honesty, moderation. And then I realized something important. These qualities are already within us, but in different quantities. And when our system is clouded by unresolved emotions and painful experiences, those qualities cannot really shine. Virtues are not ideas, they need to be practiced. And when we practice them consistently, we begin to see ourselves transform. Sometimes gently, sometimes a little uncomfortably, but always in the way that brings us closer to who we are. Here where something truly unexpected happened. As I worked on forgiveness, real forgiveness, the resentment slowly dissolved, not because my past changed, but because my energy toward it did. And something I never thought was possible happened. My ex and I became good friends again. Honestly, it was absolutely impossible. There was too much history, too many unresolved conflicts. But when healing happens on energetic level, relationship can take completely new forms. Forgiveness didn't bring us together as a couple, but it gave us back respect, warmth, and genuine human connection. That alone felt like a miracle. At the same time as I worked on loving kindness without rescuing, generosity with boundaries, honesty with myself, moderation in emotions and expectations, the quality of my life began to change. And then the quality of people I attract changed too. I stopped attracting people who needed saving. I started meeting people who were already standing, not perfect, but responsible for themselves. And then miracles started happening in other areas of my life. My career took off. I began living my purpose. My finances improved. I found myself surrounded by more friends than ever before. And my relationship transformed in quality, not just quantity. This is why pranic healing and Arhatic yoga for me are not just practices. They have become a way of living, a way of relating to ourselves, to others, and to life itself. It is about rebuilding inner structure. It is about restoring clarity. It is about learning how to relate differently, not from fear or lack, but from presence and wholeness. When someone comes to me after separation or loss, I help them to heal energetically and forgive, not to excuse the past, but to release it. I encourage them to join the path of pranic healing and Arhatic yoga. For me, it has become a foundation for living with clarity, strength, and purpose. I have seen again and again when energy changes, life responds. If you're in a place of transition, I want you to hear this. Healing doesn't always give you what you expect. Sometimes it gives you something better. Peace instead of drama, clarity instead of chasing, friendship where was once pain. And when you become the qualities you seek, your life meet you there. That's not theory. That was my experience. When Dr. Gowrie asked me to do this, it was far outside of my comfort zone. I'm a Scorpio sun, which means I share my life experiences only with very small trusted circle. So every part of me was screaming, no. But I realized that if sharing my story helps even one person to take an action toward a change, then being here is worth it. So I will ask you, is that person you? Thank you so much, everyone. Happy Valentine's.
Thank you so much, Lenor. Wow, you came across as a very seasoned speaker, and extremely, extremely eloquent. So really, really grateful for that. Very powerful message. Also for someone who has been in a relationship in the past, then you came into this journey for higher purpose, and also like how some of our previous speakers, such as Guillermo, explained, you embedded this. You didn't see it as different. But out of that knee-jerk reaction, and you were immediately came out of your marriage, you explained, and then you were looking for another relationship, right? Literally jumping from the pan into the fireplace. So you attracted the same vibration, and then you said it felt good to be a savior initially, but that's not really the purpose. We're not here to save anybody. So that's a really powerful message because people think that we need to look for someone else to complete us, that love is something out there, it's external, something we're constantly seeking. But as you came into the path of Arhatic Yoga, if I understood you correctly, that changed your perspective, the tools, the techniques, the empowerment, and the energy from the teacher alchemized and transmuted you, and you found that love from within. And when you then showed that, and that was then mirrored outside, so perhaps if and when that is your path to then attract somebody else, it's more or less, it's much going to be a much higher vibration, as you said, that like attracts like. So extremely, extremely powerful to first be embody the qualities of love as opposed to looking for that outside. So being all that we want before we seek that in a partner. So let us invite Master Marilag to share her views. Thank you. Oh, sorry, Master Marilag. I think you are on mute.
Okay, I'm mute. Okay, sorry. Okay, first of all, I want to give you a hats off, like 5 stars for your beautiful speech, for your beautiful sharing. For a Scorpio who doesn't want to share your secrets, your innermost feelings, you did a good job. And for you to experience the breakup and how you mended the breakup to a beautiful relationship, this can be your platform for empowering couples who are broke. There are many divorces, unfortunately, nowadays. You can help all those broken relationships through your message, okay? This is gonna be a platform, springboard for more talks, for more empowering talks, okay? So now you have more confidence. You're beautiful. I saw you. I was gonna say you look so beautiful. I didn't know you're gonna be speaking. That's why, and the way you deliver the speech, so clear, so well spaced and beautiful. I really admire the way you speak. Thinking it's your first time to talk to the public. This will be the first of many, many series of your talking in YouTube or any social platform, okay? Can I hear that? Yeah, and thank you for sharing. That's Arhatic Yoga teachings that help you overcome this challenge in your life. And a lot of people are really challenged by relationships. They don't have enough love to share, to compromise, to understand each other, to take, to tolerate each other. And you showed how Arhatic Yoga had helped you overcome this challenge in your life. And a lot of people need your message. A lot of people need your healings, okay? So this is gonna be your niche, okay? All right, thank you for sharing your story. It's wonderful.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So it's amazing to be here. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Well done, Lenor. What another powerful message to the world. We've had messages from all 3 couples and Lenor. Extremely powerful. And of course, the cherry on top, Master Marilag. Thank you to all our great speakers. Master Marilag, we're super over time. We have impacted all your schedules. I am extremely sorry and in fact, extremely, extremely grateful for everything. I'll leave it up to you, Master Marilag. Do you feel that you want to guide us into a very quick meditation or
I think the schedule that's waiting for my accountability, they all join this one. I said, it's overtime, so they come join here. So they're here, okay? So you know why I'm late in our appointments. I'm sorry, it's overtime. It's okay. It's okay. I'm flexible, okay? It's okay.
I'll take the responsibility for that.
Hopefully you understand, okay? Those who are waiting for me in another platform. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your tolerance, okay? We'll talk to you. I'll adjust my schedule, don't worry. Okay, I have to make the meditation very, very short. Okay, shall we?
Yes, thank you.
Close your eyes. All I want you to do to develop love in your whole being, to activate, to utilize the loving aspect of your soul, as a being of love, all I want you to do is focus on your heart. And I want you to say all the qualities of the heart. If you're pranic healer, you can scan your heart chakra. If not, you can just sense, you can just feel. Okay, so I want you to feel from your heart the peace that the heart gives you. You're being of love, you're being of peace. Love, 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 love. The heart, if you're in your heart center, you feel inner peace. You feel balance. Say the words balance. You feel the joy. The joy is in your heart. If you feel the joy in your heart, the whole being is feeling joyful. Say joy. Say sympathy. Compassion. Mercy. Patience. Understanding. Tolerance. Sweetness. Tenderness. Caringness. Generosity. Service. Charisma. Magnetism. Sacrifice. Connection. And mentally say, I am a being of love. I am love. And love, I am. Feel the energy of love permeating the whole being. I am love. And love, I am. Feel the expansion of your heart as you say that. You declare, you proclaim, declare who you are. Truly. I am love. And love, I am. Thank you, God, for this quality of my soul. Thank you for being a child of God. I'm one with God and one with all. Oneness is part of love. You cannot feel oneness if your heart is not open. I'm one with all. I'm one with all of you. Open your eyes now. Do you feel the love? You feel the expansion? You can scan your heart. Just saying those qualities into your heart. That's the qualities of the heart. Those are the qualities of the heart. Okay? Short enough?
Okay. That's extremely beautiful. So short. And that's such a great practice because even when we're stressed and everything at work, how short was that to really change our vibration? Oh, we're extremely, extremely lucky to have you. And we look forward to having you here in the United Kingdom in October 24th and 25th. Of October to teach Arhatic Yoga preparatory course of Master Choa Kok Sui. Well, we always love extra surprises, Master Marilag. What can you do for us, please?
And we have a bonus workshop after the Arhatic prep. I'm offering for the first time in UK, Arhatic Sexual Alchemy. You have to attend the preparatory so you're clean. You cannot do sexual alchemy merge with another soul if you're dirty. So you have to prepare for that course by attending the Arhatic prep first. Okay, October 24, 25, and then October 26, Arhatic Sexual Alchemy. Okay, you can do it by yourself, having a relationship with yourself, because some people are too hard on themselves. If you don't have a partner, it's okay for singles. But if you have a couple, bring a couple. If your couple is not Arhatic yet, say, hey, you have to take Arhatic so we can have the sexual alchemy together. Okay. If not, it's not a big deal. All right. Remember, it's October 24, 25, 26 is my first visit to London for Arhatic prep and sexual alchemy. I think it has been offered in UK, right?
No, Master. Yeah.
First time.
Very first time Master Marilag is coming in 30 years in the history of pranic healing.
Sex tutor or something.
Oh dear. Sex alchemy.
Okay, not the sex, not the doctor style, the sexual alchemy, energetic alchemy. Okay,
For
So
the record, it'd be clothes on, just so we're clear. Maybe
watermelon,
not for Guillermo. Watermelon, watermelon, watermelon.
la 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 la.
But it's extremely beautiful. This is the very first time in the United Kingdom. Oh my gosh, thank you, Master Marilag. Oh, thank you,
Excited to
thank
be
you,
there.
thank you.
And I hope to see some of you, or not, if not all of you, some of you at this. Okay.
Oh wow, we're definitely excited to learn all the pranic healing courses to be eligible. So join us at the British Pranic Healing Council or any part of the world that you're in. Come learn pranic healing, Arhatic yoga, and then we can join Arhatic Sexual Alchemy with Master Marilag on the 26th of October, 2026 in London.
Again, Arhatic Sexual Alchemy is not all about sex. Okay, it's about the whole body, from upper chakras to lower chakras. It's more of spiritual. It's a spiritual bonding. Okay.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you, everyone, for staying. Thank you to all of those that we impacted your schedule. Most of all, thank you to our dearest Master Marilag for all your blessings, your guidance, your insights, your everything, wisdom, and to our amazing 4 sets of speakers, to Saurabh and Lorena, Bob and Allison, to Germo, Dr. Pedro, and Lenor. Thank you to our behind the scenes team and translators as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
If you're already an Arhatic prep graduate, you have to review so that you're purified in the class. You cannot just attend the sexual alchemy. You have to be part of the Arhatic prep to review, okay?
Wow, so 3 days with you. So lucky. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Have a lovely morning, afternoon, or good night, wherever you are. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for being here.